Hey y'all, what's up? Just figured that I would make this quick little clip and stuff like that. So, you know, if you're following along with the build and everything like that, welcome back. If you're new to the channel or you're just stopping by to check it out, I do kind of numerous different things, but usually it has to do with cars and car audio. I also deal with, like, I don't know, motor work, that type of stuff, car work. So anyways, this is my 1991 Dodge Caravan that I'm turning into a sound demo vehicle for SPL competitions. I did get my amp now, so I don't know if you can really see that, but I got my amp, and that is a 16K Crossfire. It is 40 inches by 11 1/4 inch, so yeah, it's a big amp. And then I got these bus bars for it too, so I could hold quite a bit of wire in there. I think this one is the positive, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So they stack backwards, so you actually have to put the negative in first, then you can put the positive in. But yeah, I got old 9-0 gauge in there, or 1/0 in there. So that's pretty cool. And yes, this is a 3-input power input and power ground. And then with that, I have the sub wires already marked as well too. Now, so I got help from a friend of mine. He came out to help me with it. So all the subs are wired in as far as like the wiring goes. They're all color matched according from furthest, which is closest to the amp on the actual terminal in the back. So blue would be the furthest set away from that amp, but yet the closest on the terminal, if that makes any sense. And then going backwards from there, the closest to the amp and the furthest away on the terminal leads is going to be the pink one back there, so they're all color coordinated with colored zip ties as well. And then I do have, let's see if this can pick it up. Don't worry about the amps part and the battery voltage. But I did put a voltmeter in. You'll understand in a little bit why. Don't worry about that, because that's not accurate at all right now. I mean, it is accurate, but it's not relevant to what I'm doing. I did just put some resin on this cloth here to get that to harden up so I can start fiberglassing. That side's already been done, but I'll probably do the inside more, even though I did the outside already, and I did the inside partly. But I will do that again and just go over it again. This is why I'm saying not to worry about that voltage and not to worry about the amps, because this tiny little battery is the only thing that I have laying around to be able to start my vehicle right now and to be able to mess with it. If I want to like sound off with my mids and highs and I kind of show off the mids and highs setup a little bit. This is the only thing that I have right now. This is just was laying around. The other one was all corroded up. It's right there, so I have to get rid of that one. That thing's been sitting around for a couple years, so it's bound to happen. And then I just had this one, so I set it in there, hooked everything up. It does start the vehicle and stuff, which is crazy. I took off the air intake, give myself a little bit more room for stuff, and put a cone in there. So that's done. New horn, got that done. Still have to take this fender off, so I actually have to jack this up, and then I have to take the tire off to take off the screws for the inner wheel well part, and then take the inner wheel well stuff off, and then I can take this fender off, because I have to be able to get the antenna out of there. I magically lost that in there. Yeah, so I just got done doing a second coat of the resin on this side as well, and so we'll let that harden up, and then I'll be able to get the glassing. This is just resin and foam filled, because I ended up just putting resin on this side and then I blew it in with foam on the other side. So this is all done. It gave me the elephant foot. I sprayed it all the way up, but what happened was, for some reason, this let loose and it spit out a whole big elephant foot up to about here, and so I ended up having to redo that. Like, I had to chisel that out with a claw hammer and a whole bunch of stuff, and then the rest of it stayed. This board is kind of stuck there, so I don't really care if it stays or not. It's just part of like some thin board that I had put up there to help kind of hold it in place, and so when it expanded out it wouldn't just blow out. but I got to fill that back in. I also got to get a big spray foam thing and spray it in there with like a huge, one of those huge double tanks. That's about 400 bucks. And we'll see how far the yield gets me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm getting there. I still got my little power gauge built into it if you guys are wondering, so I can just plug in extension cord right here, and then inside of here I'll have a charger mounted. That's a lithium charger, so I can charge my lithium batteries and the JY at the same time. Just hook it up. Front's going to be, because it's going to be pulling back current anyways, front's lithium back here, and lithium on the JY. So I can just plug it in and let that sucker charge and boil them down. Yeah, it's kind of a serious comp vehicle at this point, but it's still in the beginning stages. This is going to get changed as well if I can find the pivot point on the door here for it to stop. I'm sure that works, whatever. So this is where it's going to end up being. This is plastic, so this has to come off, and I have to have a trim made. So I have to take the mirror off, take this off, have a trim piece made identical to this that actually comes down and has a piece that'll go along the mirror that'll stick out as well. And since this is going to be made out of metal, then I'm going to actually have about 1 inch to 2 inches come up and go all the way around the whole thing and come down about 2 inches. That way when it's set in place, if this window starts to flex at all, it's moving out, it won't be able to pop out. It'll just explode out. So more dangerous, but still fun. Anyways, if you guys haven't already, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.